Hey weebs, welcome back. So I am gonna do a review of an Indian webtoon called Kalyuga, made by The Real Wax. Let's divide the video in 4 parts. First, let's talk about the plot. Second, all the great stuff about this webtoon. Third, all the bad stuff about this webtoon. Fourth, I'll be giving ratings to this webtoon. It's a story of a boy called Adi. His father passes on, and later finding that who executed his father, he meets about his past. We can also see godlike powers in the story, where humans are vessels for the god. The webtoon starts with normal conversation of Indians, for instance, about movies, political issues and other stuff. Next there is a scene at funeral of Adi's dad, and the story continues. In later on chapters, there are action scenes which are really good. So the first good thing of Kalyuga, what I delighted in, is the art. You can see incredible art in this webtoon. For instance, the characters are so well drawn, you can see the hard work behind it. We can see that each and every characters have their own thoughts. I, from a genuine perspective, adored those characters and their designs. The second good thing what I liked is the story. The story is unique, y'all, but the concept of clothes when dying is old. As I said, the concept of God using humans as vessels is unique. I liked it. The third good thing what I liked is, currently the story has maintained proper suspense in it. Fourth good thing what I liked is the action. The action in this webtoon is very good. And it's well shown. I love the action part very much. Hope the story in future turns out to be more good. There aren't much stuff which I did not like. Only 2 things which are not good. First is the grammar should be improved in the dialogues. Second is that in some piece of the webtoon I felt it a bit confusing, like it's not properly shown. You will feel like what the hell is happening here. Other than these, there are no bad stuff of the webtoon. Here Mr. Wax has to improve. So I would like to give this webtoon 9 out of 10. If there were no bad stuff like those which I mentioned by then, I would give it 10 out of 10. Anyways, I have given this webtoon's link in the description, go read it. You should definitely be reading this. Thank you for watching. Me Anime Nerdy signing off.